Hello guys, welcome back. In the last lecture, we worked on break down our condition to display the current status of the connection request. Okay, but we did that feature. We implemented that feature with some bad practices. So here you can see. However, I did this intentionally. Okay, so here you can see that we run this active record query on the view template. Okay, but this is not supposed to do. You should not write active record queries or ORM queries or any kind of query operation on the view directly. Instead, what you need to do, you can move these kind of operations into some helper methods, and then you need to invoke those helper methods directly on the view. Okay, so just for the good practices. Okay, however, it is working functionally and as expected, but this is not always the case to make things functional. Sometimes you have to follow the best practices as well to make sure that you are a good developer and you have good sense of writing great code. Okay, so let's move this method into the application helper. Okay, so what we can do, so first open the application helper, and Rails provide these helper classes to manage the complex operations from the view, and instead you need to write those operations here, and then you can directly invoke the helper methods on your view template or view partials. Okay, so what we can do here, if first we will define a method that is get connection status, and here we need two argument. Okay, first end this method, and now mention the argument that is current user and then user. Okay, save this, and now we need to run the same query to fetch the status in this application helper action. Okay, so what we can do, you can cut this command query from here and paste it here. Okay, and now just copy this method name with argument, save the application helper, and paste this method in here. Okay, so now whenever your view get invoked, you will see the invocation from application helper. Okay, I mean invocation from view of the application helper method. Okay, so now paste this method invocation at every place where we are running the same query for finding the status of the current connection of this user. Paste it here and paste this here as well. Okay, and now save it, and if you refresh the page, you will still see that we are getting this information here. You can see pending. Here if you refresh the page, we are still getting the output which is pending. If you refresh, we are still getting the output as pending. Okay, now let's try to update the statuses from the Rails console. So what we can do, let's say connection dot update all, and here what we can do, status, let's say accepted. Okay, save this, so you can see that we have all three connections status as accepted. Now if you refresh the page, you will see that it is showing connected. This one is also showing connected after a refresh, and this one is also showing the connected after refresh. Okay, that means our helper method is working fine. Okay, so now it is the better approach to you to write the active record queries into the some helper method. However, if you wish, you can create other helper, let's say connection helper or any other helper that you want to invoke. Okay, but ideally we do not have much use of helper so far, so we can write this action method directly into the application helper. Okay, so I hope you got the idea how we can refactor our views. Okay, so let me change the status of these connections again to accepted to pending. Save it, and now refresh it, and you will again see the pending status here. Okay, and why I'm converting these statuses to pending again, because we will display all these we will allow only users to take action on this action request. Okay, and that we will work from the next lecture. Okay, so try this lecture in your end, and we will meet in the next lecture. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.